Today's idea is to do a treasure chest. I want to open up, like yesterday, as some kind of inspiration. Google Images, 32 by 32 pixel art chests. And I like this look of it. But I have, again, no idea what I'm doing. I think 32 by 32 is fine for a chest, right? Oh, shit, how do I get the preview back? Preview, F7. Okay. There it is. There it is. Wait, did I unmute everything? There it is. Okay. How do we start off? First of all, color palette. EDG32. I like that one. And then I guess we just start off with a rectangle, right? First of all, what's the color gonna be? This is more like skin color, right? What about this brownish? This seems fine. I don't... Well, do I want to have it all the way at the edge? I think so. I think so. So how about we do this? Then a dark outline. Wait, no. Don't want to fill it. Just a dark outline. Like this. And then... How are we gonna do the top? Maybe with a circle? Wait, no. I can just do... kind of like this. Don't want to do it too tall. That's too much. Maybe like this. Then fill it. Already looking kind of basic. I don't want to have it to be a complete square though. Maybe erase some of the corners. How about we do 3? No. How is 10? And then just delete the corners like this. Bit more maybe. Or we just go ahead and fill in the edges here. Wait, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Okay. And then, of course, because it's wood, we gotta do some texture on it, right? Some wood structures. How does this one look? Oh, it only has 1 pixel at the corner. Okay. I do like the look of these wooden iron chests, where it has a little bump at the top. But I'm trying to focus on the wooden chest first. That might be a bit too much. Or maybe, nah, I think I'll keep it. Then maybe a little lock in the middle. Like this, and then a dark spot. A bit bigger. Okay, on the preview it's already something. Now how do we do this, the wood structure? Do we just do like wooden planks, like stripes? Maybe. 1, 2, 3. Whoa. 1, 2, 3, and then from here we go down. 1, 2, 3. Maybe one more. And then one right next to it. Kind of. Same thing here, but with a little... Nah, I'm not happy with the top. What if we do the top as horizontal? That could work, right? Like this. But then it looks off because this is 3, this is 2 and 2. Also, there's 1 pixel here. There it is. What if we do 2 at the top? 2 again, and then that's 3. Wait. I'll just put this 1 higher. So we have more room. And then we can have it all like 1, 2. Do we do 2 or 3? 1, 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then that's 4. That might work. And then we just gotta do some sort of shading. Actually, I think it's a bit tall down here. Let me try to... This looks better. Align it at the bottom again. Freddy, I slob. I have a meeting. We'll come back later to check Battlefield. I don't know if I'm gonna play Battlefield today. Tomorrow, there's a higher chance for it. But today, I kind of want to play more Kingdom Come. After I'm done with this doing all this stuff. Don't be pussy and play it. I'm okay. I'll play like a round or 2 maybe. I can do that. I'm still not happy with how the top looks here. Maybe even make it smaller. Just select this all. Like this. Erase. These. That's better. That's better. But then how do we do the wood plank look on the top? If I just continue these lines, how does it look? Ass. I like the idea of having horizontal lines here. Oh, that's fine. That's actually perfect. 2 pixels, 2 pixels, 2 pixels. And now we just gotta do some sort of shading. Some lighter shading. How do they do it on here? Light right at the top where it opens up. Then a couple dark spots in the corners, lighter spots. The top is always lighter. That's a good... Okay, good I noticed that. So maybe... That's the same color, isn't it? Yeah. So just fill these. That's too light. So maybe just a bit darker. Bit more. That's too much. Let me add that to the palette. That's better. That's better. And then even lighter on, whoops, brush. Light a line here. Like this. And then I gotta do dark corners. Do they do that with the same? It looks like it's the same color, right? No, the outline is completely black. Maybe I do that as well. Let me see how that looks if I have a completely black outline. Okay, that's way better. That's way better. Okay, okay. And then with the light brown, no, with the dark brown, we do some corners. Okay, that's going somewhere. I like how just a single pixel can make such a big difference. Maybe the top needs to be... Okay. And now maybe just a little bit more wood structuring in here with some random lighter spots. Also turn off symmetry because I don't want it to be too symmetrical. Copy this one. Boom. Light brown. A little bit of shading here. What if I just do this? But I keep this one like that. So the shading is only coming from... Nah, that's too much. That was too much. Oh, that's the wrong color. Still a bit too much here. Or maybe I keep this. Okay. Now, how does a wood structure look like? Maybe some random lines in here? Let's have a look at how that would be on the preview. That looks more like it's a little bit cracked, right? I mean, I don't mind it. It's kind of fitting. But not too much, not too much. The song has a weird white noise in the background. Okay. It's going somewhere. I just don't know where. What if I do this? Look at the preview. These two need to go. That's okay. Maybe remove these these bright ones up here. And then add some bright spots like this. That is better. That is way better. Okay. They have some lighter spots in between the lines as well. That makes it look a little bit kind of run down. Oh, I just noticed the little what are they called? They don't really make sense. Can I open this in a new tab? Yeah. Oops. These little mechanical iron things, the hinges, they don't make sense here in the top image. Right? Wait, let me... Oh, I can't even drag it. In the top, they don't really make sense because there's no need for hinges at the top of a chest. But when it's opened, it makes sense. So I gotta keep that in mind. The log on it is huge, though. My log is a little bit smaller. Maybe I can increase the log by a little bit. I kind of want to do... a bit more texturing first. Let's remove some of these. Nah. Okay. What if I fill in these with bright spots? How does that look on the preview then? Nah. There's too much. That's the same one. What if we do it with this one? Oops. Hmm. I gotta remember to never do like these things, like stairs. That looks bad. If I do anything like that, just want a more diagonal. It's like a line through it now. Maybe on this side. A little bit of a broken chest looking thing. Oh, that's more purple. Why did I think that would be brown? That's too dark. Maybe put more dark stuff in the bottom corner. Make it not too symmetrical. But I kind of like the look of this. If it has more darkish corners. Hmm. This plank still looks too clean. Okay, that's something. This needs to go. These bright lines here. Boom. But then I need a little bit more. Like this. Okay, I'm kind of happy with the bottom part. But how do we do the top part now? It's the same color. It needs to be a bit brighter than this. This is like the light color. So this is the same color. What if we just make it a tiny bit brighter? Now, there's gonna be too many different colors on it, right? So maybe just a couple spots in here. something like this. Okay, okay. There's too many bright spots, right? I would say that is fine. Maybe get rid of these right here. Want to have this go through. Like this. And maybe have these kind of go through, so it's looking a bit more continuous on here. Now the horizontal lines on the top need to stay. The bottom part looks good, but the top part is just real scuffed. Let me get rid of them all. There. Make this like a couple pixels bigger. Okay. What if we just remove this whole part? Okay, that's looking better. But we still need some sort of wood structure up here. Maybe with the dark spots? Oh, and also these maybe. Yeah, that's kind of fine. That's fine. There's too much of a straight line. Just some dark cracks in it. Maybe a spot there. That seems okay. That seems okay. How about a black line through this? To see where it opens up. Maybe double black line? Oh yeah, that's better. That's way better. And also maybe instead of this, maybe just a bit brighter gray as the metal. That's fine. Okay, okay, okay. That will be the standard chest done? Question mark. But then next step would be to have it open up. Well, one graphic where it's opened up. and then an animation for opening it up, right? So let me save this as day 3 treasure chest. Treasure chest Wood static. Yes. Export it as a PNG. So 100 and 1000. Then when we have a look at this, monk guy, projects, treasure chests. It's fine, looks very scuffed with all the lines on it. The small version looks decent. I like the small version. Now comes the tricky part, to have it open up. How are we gonna do this? Let me do a new one. This time with 64. So we have room to animate it. Copy, put it in the middle. There. And then the inside of a chest is brighter or darker? Let me have a look. Oh, this one has the... Okay. There's 1 pixel missing in the corners there. Let me first... No, grab all of these. Move it up by... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pixels maybe? Black lines around it again. This is gonna be tricky. Because it needs to like open up. How do they do it here? It gets brighter, okay. But darker inside. With like an outline. Outline of bright color. EDG again. So if I do this. It's a bit too small, right? Maybe move it up a little bit more. 2 pixels more. Oops. And then we gotta do some kind of darkish inside. Okay. This top part needs to be... I don't know if it needs to be removed or just moved down a bit. If we do this. Of course, gotta keep the black outline. Wait, I'm dumb. Ah, never mind, never mind. I can just copy this one again. Make a new frame. Put it in. Oops. What did I just do? Why is it so dark around now? New frame. Paste. In the middle. And then let me just do one more. Copy from 1 to 3. From 2 to 1. And delete 2. Now we have 1, 2. Oh wait, on 1 it's still... Just gotta remove this. E for eraser. What is happening? E. Bit bigger. Okay, so that's the standard chest again. Kind of works. No, maybe some kind of hinges here. Let me do symmetry for that. It's a bit too much on the outside. There. And then a fully dark one in the middle. Okay. Something here. Now, how are we gonna animate this? Wait a second. Still missing something. Let me fill it up with this color. And then have a bright outline like this. So that's the inside. Bit more room. Now, if anything, the bottom needs to be bright. And the top needs to be darker because of the shadow from the top of the chest, right? Kind of like this. That's way too fast, but kind of works. I don't know if I should open it up even more. So kind of like move all of this. One more pixel. So it looks like there's a bit more space in here, right? Okay. A bit better. No, the hinges would need to be on the bottom? No. Let me have a look. Hmm. My TV is turning off. Okay. These ones are way smaller than mine, but they will look so much better. It looks weird somehow. This one seems like it has a bit of perspective on it, right? But this one is just a plain 2D one. How could I add a bit more perspective to this one? Hmm. Now these are all just 2D as well, and then when they open up, it looks like there's more perspective. Does it get smaller? Oh, it has the same textures on it. These ones get a bit smaller. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe on this one, grab the bottom part, move it up by a little. And grab it all, align it to the bottom. That was too much though. Just 1 pixel maybe. Looks a bit better. Kind of seems like it's too big on the opening. IMO. So grab it all. Pull it down by 1. Better again, okay. So we have the open state, we have the closed state. And now to animate it. I want to have it look a bit lively. So there should be a bit of a bounce to it. Can I add a frame next to it? Yes. So on the second frame, we grab it all. Then remove the symmetry. A bit of a bounce, kind of like the slime. So it gets a little bit bigger. 1 pixel down. Like this. Boom. If we add a new one here, it oh, perfect. If I just press Alt N, it just copies this frame to here, but it keeps this one. Then we gotta copy this. How does it look like? I think I'm gonna copy this one and have 2-3 frames of opening it, so it looks nice and smooth. Yeah, let me do that. Copy this. And then here, grab this whole part. Like this. But I do want to keep this part in the same position as before. Just gonna copy this. Oh no, that looks bad. Maybe don't move this down on the opening animation. Let me copy the whole bottom part. Go to this. Enter it in. Here. Enter it in. Then, of course, gotta do this. And this. Okay. That's something. I'm not sure about the hinges. Not sure about these hinges. If anything, they should stay on the same spot, right? Because the hinges don't move, really. It's more the top that moves. But how? How would I do this? I like the little bounce animation that it has. Maybe the jump from 4 to 5 is too big. So, copy this one again. Make a new one. Grab this whole part. Move it down by 1. Maybe even move it down by 2. A bit better. The animation seems a bit too fast, so let me do 125 again. 25. Yep. Better. Better. I think I kind of know what it is. I think I know what it is, what makes it look so odd. In the opening frames, the top of the chest stays the same. It should get smaller with more opened. Because when you open it, there's less of the top visible, right? So this is still fine. Hello, Clyde, Mr. Streamer of the creator of Death and Art. My stream goes right on God himself. Damn. Damn. I'm honored. I'm honored. We're doing a treasure chest today. We've got something. I like the little bounce it has so far. And I think I found the next issue that makes it look weird. On the opening, the top part stays the same, but it should get a bit smaller with each opening, right? So let me grab this, pull it down by 1. This song is too cozy. Looks more like a mouth and less like chest opening. I know. I had the idea of kind of making it into a mimic, maybe. Like adding some teeth in the middle. Then it would make more sense, right? Get rid of these. Add the black ones in again. This. Wait, no, it looks weird in the top because the top is not moving at all. Go back, go back. There it is. Maybe here it's fine, but oh, the jump from this to this is too big. I see. So here, maybe pull it down by 1 pixel. And I gotta keep the line, of course. Okay. And maybe get rid of some of the log on the top part. Is it still everything on 125? 125. 25. 25. 25. Okay. What does it look like now? I don't like how the hinges here. Maybe I just remove the hinges altogether. Because I don't like how they open up with it. They should stay in the same place, but how do I do that? Maybe. This is tricky. I was playing Battlefield 6 again today, trying out the new Rush maps. It is the first time I saw my GPU being 100%. Whoa! Okay, if that's the case, my PC is gonna crash. Probably. I'm thinking of maybe keeping Giga Optimizer. Was just trying to push 144 frames. Ah, okay. 144 frames, Giga Gaming. It's crazy how smooth 144 looks. But the human eye can only see for 30 frames per second. What are you on about? I'm happy with how the top looks while opening. But I'm not happy with how the hinges and the inside looks while opening. 144 frames at 2K is rough, so I keep use frame gen, and it's fine since game keeps 80 frames, no issues. Damn. 80 no issues is perfect. Anything above 60 is perfect. IMO. 30 FPS is a bit rough sometimes, especially in FPS. But anything above like 50, 60 is perfect for me. Let me do this and have all of this part be dark, because if it's barely open, you can't really see inside the chest. And if it's open all the way, you can definitely see inside. But now what I do with the hinges? That's the open state. That is Giga situational. Like, I don't mind it in slow movie type games. Yes, exactly. Shooters, it sucks ass. You're literally at a huge disadvantage, especially against someone who has game at 100 plus frames. I literally see you earlier than you do them. Yep. They are literally cheating. It's all pay to win. Literally IRL pay to win hardware. How do I keep the hinges? What if I just remove the hinges? How does that look? What if there are no hinges at all? Boom. That's better. I like it more without hinges. Maybe I'll add one more where it's like all the way open, because this has 1, 2, 3, 4. And one more frame where it's 5. Let me do that. One more. Grab all of this. Move it up by 1. Oh. Why is it not copying it? There. Then the dark color here. And the bright color now it needs to be a double dark pixel line. So it opens up, but I need to move the top a little bit down. One more. IRL is the biggest pay to win out there. True, true. 99% of issues most people can be fixed with having more money. Yep. Unfortunately true. Can you try to do the top part more stretched out? Maybe it'll help the illusion of being 3D, like frames from going high stretched to small condensed. The top more stretched out. So like stretched sideways? Then it would go out of the chest bounds, right? Wait, so this. Let me try this. So this is fully open then. If it's fully open, you're maybe not supposed to see all of the lock, maybe just a little bit here. And a dark line here. No, I need those. I need those two things here. And this needs to be a bit tighter. Or maybe try to do the opening, make more radical bigger. The opening itself bigger. So maybe keep the top as is. Let me remove the last one. Copy this again. I can't get the image out of my head. Look, preview that it's two eyes with the tongue and the bottom being a mouth. It does look like that. This. Let me try. Just moving this up a bit. There. Wait. Just grab the whole top part. Move it up one more. So the opening just gets bigger. That seems okay. I like how the bit on the log gets removed. It looks like this seems honestly fine. Rivet, hello? Hello? How we doing? Also, happy birthday, man. How old you got? +1 level IRL. Congratulations. 33, yo. Time for the expedition, man. Right? Get ready for the gamache. Dangerous age. Like the death of Jesus, damn. It is time. I would say I'm kind of happy with this now. I can't really explain how what I did, but Clyde, I think your idea with having the opening bigger was good. Then removing a line of pixels at the top seems good. My pixel arting indeed. Well, no vibing. Well, we are vibing to the music. That is true. But no AI schlop here. I have some inspirational files just open up here to just look at and get an idea of how others do it. And I like the look of these, especially the wooden one and the iron chest. But then doing it on your own is a different kind of thing. Just a bit of yoinking. True. Maybe I add some, just like some treasure inside. Some gold. And then I'll have one extra frame or like one extra image where the chest is empty after looting it. Is it all still at... Oh, perfect. If I make a frame with 125 milliseconds, I copy it, or like I create a new frame from that, it keeps the milliseconds. That's good. I like that. You gotta think, if it's zoomed in, it looks very scuffed, but in general, in a game, it would have like maybe this size, maybe even this. And I think in this size, it looks pretty decent. I like the little squish it does while opening and closing. Now let me try to add some gold and gems inside. So just add, I don't know, this. Bit more. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Maybe like a gem or two in different colors inside. Maybe red ruby. Maybe a green jade. Bit of white. Sure, just so it looks shiny, right? That's a good idea. Don't want to have it completely filled up. Just so it looks like there's a little pile of gold and gems inside. Let me then copy this. Control C. V. And even more. When it's completely open, we can of course add more. Maybe even here. Make it a bit not so symmetrical. Some white spots here and there. A bit of red rubies. Okay. I don't mind this. I actually don't mind this. The structure on the wood could be way better, of course. But I mean, hey. As a third attempt at anything? Oh, wait. This. So it's more like a pile. Nice. Let me also copy this. Make a new file. Does it fit in 32? Perfect. So we have close state, open state, and open animation. Cool. I thought about maybe when it's opening up, having it jump a bit to make it more lively, but that is too much, I think. This seems fine. This seems fine enough. Yep. Save it. As static. No, this one's gonna be open anim. Yep. And this one's gonna be open static. Open static. Okay. Static. Oh. Okay. How long was that? An hour. Took less time than the slime, but I mean, honestly, the slime was a bit more work on the animations. Now we're just gonna export this. Open anim 100. 100 export. 1000 export. Then 1000 for posting it on Twitter. Yep. And then also I want a sprite sheet. Output file. Open anim sprite sheet. Yes. Export. And now we got all them files. Static. Open anim. That looks nice. I am indeed happy how this turned out. Maybe on the sprite sheet, like on the GIF for opening it, add a couple of frames at the end where it just stays like this. Or is it okay to have just the static PNG, opening animation, and then open PNG? I don't know how game dev works. Not really. But I know you can have different states for objects. And so this would be 3 states. So once the animation is done, it would just go to the open state. And since the last frame of the animation is the exact same picture, exact same frame as the opened state, it should work flawlessly, right? Well, that's good. That's good. Now, I think for tomorrow, this was kind of like today's quote-unquote exercise for learning pixel art. Oops, I hit the microphone, sorry. I think for tomorrow, I might either do... I have a couple of ideas. I kind of want to do some like potions. Kind of want to do weapons. Maybe I'll do a door even today. Wait, what's the time? It's almost 5. Maybe a door? A door shouldn't take too long, right? He said, and then he's just sitting there for 3 more hours. What does this button do? It doesn't say anything. Huh. Well, no idea what that button does. So, potions, weapons, UI elements, just like a heart, some mana type shit, maybe some bars. Going out soon to drink later. All right, enjoy the birthday. Have a good time, mate. Enjoy. Thanks for stopping by. Or maybe I do a different chest. Maybe I just copy this one. and try to make a like an iron chest. Kind of like the middle ones here. No, I think I'm good. I think I'm happy with how this turned out already. I like the gems inside. Maybe add a line of gems here as well. So this, all dark, you can't see inside. This you kind of see what inside. And then it's all opened up. Now, I think that's fine. Okay. I would say it is time for gaming, right? I would say it is time for gaming. Is Freddy here? Freddy! If Freddy is here, I'll be jumping into a match of Battlefield. If not, I'll think I'm just gonna jump into a KCD. For some reason, Freddy was very adamant on seeing me in an FPS game. Yeah. Cool. Cool. I am definitely going to revisit doing chests and like other kind of furniture items. Maybe like tables, stools, some stuff like that.